TQP allowed us the room and flexibility to really experiment and try to refine our model over the last 5 years. And that's led us to a number of really key learnings. One of them has been the importance of clustering groups of residents at fewer schools across the city in the spirit of trying to get away from what has been traditionally a sort of one-to-one mentoring model, and is much more about sending a whole cohort of residents, especially in one academic area, to work with an academic department in a school. So you might have a math department at a high school with 5 or 6 or 7 residents at that school, really creating a kind of professional learning community that involves residents, and we found that to be a great way for novices to learn the work. Another key learning I think that we've had is the creation of a role called the clinical teacher educator. When we started TQP, we had 2 sets of people who were doing most of the education of residents. There were course instructors who taught courses, and there were site directors who supervised mentors and residents at the school site. And we tried lots of different approaches to kind of bridging those 2 worlds and ensuring that what was happening in our coursework was closely meshed with what was happening in schools. And ultimately what we came to is the need to take those 2 people, a course instructor and an on-site supervisor, and make them one. And so our program has really gone to this work of clinical teacher education, where you have teacher educators who are both charged with teaching a course. So on a Wednesday afternoon they might be teaching a content methods class in secondary science, and then on Thursday morning are in schools with those residents that they taught on Wednesday and their mentor teachers, coaching them on the very same things that they were teaching about the afternoon before. You know, I think a huge difference between when we started TQP and now is the extent to which the country, and I give the TQP program a lot of credit for this, has essentially endorsed and moved toward a clinical preparation model. And this is actually a fairly rapidly moving landscape, and TQP has really played a key role in moving the field in this direction. This grant was that it brought together 3 preparation programs: ours, the Boston Teacher Residency, the Teach Next Year program at UMass Boston, and Wheelock College. And so all 3 programs together were working with the Boston Public Schools to prepare teachers in a similar way, to support teachers, to share learnings. And we came together around a set of outcomes and targets. And traditionally, I think in our city, there's been a lot of kind of one-on-one partnerships where a particular program will partner with the district. But this is one of the few times I know of when a group of preparation programs have worked together with the district to collectively hit a set of targets.
I mean, I feel incredibly privileged to be part of this BTR community. I have now taught for 2 years on my own outside of the residency, and can't really imagine leaving Boston for another teaching job, because there's still so much continued support, a huge community of people who I can interact with, and that's been really great for me.